we're very excited about our ability to take advantage of the scientific discoveries and improve our ability to deliver precision radiation medicine beyond just targeting anatomically, but to take into account the patient's genetics, the tumor's characteristics, to make sure that we give the right treatment to the right patient at the right time. When I look back, I must say the most exciting change as a radiation therapist would be how we are now able to automate a lot of the things that we used to have to do manually.
It's been about 16 years since my father was a patient at Princess Margaret Hospital. And when he was there, he and us as his family wanted to really recognize the type of care he was getting. There was compassionate care, there was care of him as an individual, not just as someone with a cancer disease. And while he was still alive, we had long discussions of how to recognize that. And that's the genesis of the Kirsh Humanitarian Awards, the ability to recognize those special people in a group of special people at Princess Margaret Hospital who provide that most compassionate of care.
I have to say that certainly we hear all the time from our patients and families that Princess Margaret is like a family. And I see that in the spirit of our staff. I see that in our staff really going the extra mile for our patients, doing whatever it takes to offer superb care. We see that evidenced in our patient satisfaction results. So we have objective data that comes to us from our patients that Princess Margaret consistently over the years has had very, very high patient satisfaction scores. And we see it in our staff supporting our foundation events, being very engaged in all the different activities, really helping to enable Princess Margaret.
Over the last 20 years, I've seen an increased focus on transforming our space to help conquer cancer. We constantly challenge and ask ourselves, how can we create and sustain a safe and healing environment that supports the journey of our patients, that improves their experience while they're here, where it gives people a sense that as soon as you walk into this building, that this place will look after me, and that ultimately it improves their health outcomes. Parallel to this, how do we create the facilities and the infrastructure that enables our staff to innovate and to provide the best possible care for every patient that walks in through our doors? Our staff expect this, our patients deserve this, and this is what Princess Margaret is about.
So I spent nearly 10 years at Princess Margaret from 2002 to 2011. And in my time at Princess Margaret, one of the most amazing things was actually the growth in funding and consequently the growth in clinical activity at Princess Margaret in those years. And we got new funding formulas for chemotherapy. We secured a funding formula for radiation treatment. Surgical oncology was funded. We got grants to expand palliative care, and we got leukemia funding and secured new rates in bone marrow transplant funding. And while it certainly never felt like enough money at the time to do all that we aspired to do, upon reflection, it did allow us to grow the amount of clinical care we could offer to people with cancer, and it was a great time to be there and to manage growth.